Starfighter.
How you doing, guys? Scanner here. Been a while. Today's video is just the gameplay is just some of Warframe's latest event, Operation Scarlet Spear. It's not a particularly good event. I wouldn't advise, if you've been playing, like taking a break from Warframe, I wouldn't exactly advise you to jump in to play this event. It's just a unrewarding grind fest right now, which for some reason Digital Extremes decided the best time to release an unrewarding grind fest was, you know, the same week that Doom Eternal and Animal Crossing New Horizons release. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but today's video we're going to talk about PS5 and Xbox Series X, because what I want to do is I want to do an honest buyer's guide to both. There's lots of videos being done about the differences between both consoles, because that's like a big hot topic. So I completely understand why people are doing those, but they're not talking about the importance of the differences between the two consoles. So I hope to sum it all up with a really well-reasoned argument, which is basically that it doesn't matter. The specs of the console are the least important thing that I believe most people who will be looking to buy a console will think about, and I will make my arguments as to why over the course of this video. So first up, new console generation. What happens is that the Xbox and the PS5 always release very much on top of each other. The end result of this is that both of them end up being made with largely the same pieces, which is exactly what we're seeing in the upcoming hardware. The PS5 and the Xbox Series X, and let's assume the S, more on that in a minute, will be using the same pretty much CPU. Xbox Series X has a little bit of heat on it there, bit of a better clock speed. That's grand. They will both be using RDNA2 GPUs. Once again, fantastic. They're both going to be using largely the same thing, and they're both going to have SSDs. That's great, and they're both going to have 16 meg RAM, or 16 gig RAM, but like done slightly differently. And they're both going to have what the other has. That's the nature of the thing. When it comes to raw grunt and power, the Xbox Series X wins out by anywhere from about 20 to 30%, depending on the argument made by the person making the argument. I ain't making the argument, right? Xbox Series X is more powerful. I'm not even going to touch on how much more powerful I think it is, because that kind of stuff is fucking stupid until you can actually get your hands on both and compare the same game on both. And even then it just tells you which one's running that particular game better, so you have to do it over a load of games. But for sheer numbers, on paper, intelligent eye figures out that, look, Xbox Series X has more grunt. That's great. During Mark Cerny's talk that he gave, the one that should have been at GDC, but just ended up boring the shit out of a lot of people on YouTube, he was talking about how what they want to do with the PS5 is make it super agile and make it so that it can, you know, do what developers need it to do. That was their focus. Not just developing raw grunt, but that was their focus. So that's it, right? That's everything you need to know about him. Really, let's be honest here. From the point of view of a casual gamer, you're going to be able to play fucking games on him. You're going to be able to walk into a shop and you're going to be able to buy him, and you're going to be able to play games on him, and they're going to do what you want them to do. So what should people actually give a shit about when it comes to buying a new console? And it's the exact same stuff you should give a shit about when you bought your last console and the console before that. Nothing ever changes. Here's what's important, right? Numero uno, I believe, for any customer is price. We don't know prices, so we can't say shit about prices. But prices are going to be important. The implication, based off what we know, is that Xbox or Microsoft, I should say, are leading with all this information about Xbox Series X. And that's actually kind of a souped up, more expensive thing that they expect enthusiasts to go after. I don't know if this is the case, but if it is, they're making a mistake. because they're kind of marketing the enthusiast piece as if it's going to be the general piece, but apparently the general piece is going to be the Xbox Series S, which is currently known as Lockhart, I believe. So that's actually going to be the main one that the majority of people buy, and it's going to be less powerful. This is why we don't need to give a shit about power, right? That's going to be less powerful than the Series X, obviously, and the PS5, obviously, and it's going to be a bit cheaper, obviously, and then the PS5 will cost whatever it costs, and then the more expensive one will be the Xbox Series X. This is largely the way it's seen to be unfolding at the moment, and I don't disagree with it. That's going to be the tier. So the price is going to be important. At the moment, we don't know the price. What you play on right now is going to be important, especially this generation, because everybody's focusing on minimum of at least one generation backwards compatibility, with fully testing the games and those games being able to run at both increased frame rates and increased resolutions. This is how both companies are doing it. The whole internet went on fucking fire about how both companies were taking a completely different approach to backwards compatibility, and Microsoft really had the edge. But literally revised statements from both companies implies they're both doing exactly the same fucking thing, where they're both just testing the games, and the ones that can run in an kind of an enhanced way with increased frame rates and increased resolutions will be able to do that, and the ones that can't, for whatever reason, normally tied into something got to do with the engine, they won't be doing that, unsurprisingly. So both companies are doing exactly the same thing there. So no matter what you do, if you're currently playing on Xbox One or what have you, Xbox One X, that's also fucking stupid, all these names, you'll be able to play your games. And if you're playing on PS4 or PS4 Pro, you'll be able to play your games. You'll be grand. Don't worry about it. So that's covered. What do your friends play on? Here's another major deal, right? Your social circle, all your friends. If you currently play on people with Xbox and you go out and buy a PS5 and they all go out and buy an Xbox Series X, then what the fuck are you doing? Who are you playing with? You're going to have to make new friends. All over again, you'll be the dweeb of the group needing to make new friends. You're far more likely to sit down with your mates in Discord, right? And you're all going to be like, lads, personally, I'm going to stick with Xbox because I've always been with Xbox. And your mates are going to go, to be honest, pal, I'm the fucking same. I don't really care about this shit beyond the point of playing with you lads. So if we're all going to get Xbox, then let's just do that. And there you go. Decision made. For a lot of people, that's the most important thing of all. The price won't come into it in the slightest. They'll buy to play with their friends. Power won't be a thing. This whole... Okay, I'm going to break down in the most honest and truthful way I can. If you genuinely gave a shit about power, right, about what your gaming system can actually do, if that was actually important to you, like really a consideration, you'd buy a PC. That's where you would have been for the last while, would have been on PC, especially as kind of PC grew away from consoles, because what happens is, it's going to happen this time too, consoles are going to come out, right? Consoles are going to be bad ass, specifically because of the new GPU, right? Here's the problem. Those GPUs are going to be coming out on PC, and you will rapidly discover that the GPUs in the consoles are actually the lower end of the GPUs from the next generation, from the RDNA 2 cards from AMD, and the Ampere as leaked cards from Nvidia are monstrous, like utterly monstrous, as in the leaks could be complete bullshit and the cards could only end up being like half as powerful as the leaks say they will be, and it'd still be monstrous. It's a very strange time right now, waiting for more details on these next gen PC GPUs to come out. It's going to be dope. But I stand by the point. If you genuinely gave a shit about power, like if you honestly gave a shit about power, not just in the realm of the console wars, where it's like, my Xbox One can run this game mildly more, mildly less pathetically than your PS4, or vice versa. If you genuinely gave a shit, and if you were interested in it, and if you were honestly worried about your frame rates and your timings and your resolutions and getting the very, very most out of all this shit, you would probably be playing on PC. You would be unlikely to go for a plug and play option that limits you, because on PC, if you're that power obsessed, you could do all kinds of mad shit. You could overclock this, that, and the other. You could even overclock your fucking RAM, son. That's no joke. You know what I mean? You could truly squeeze out that performance. Instead, what you're actually doing is just buying plug and play solutions from your console to your game to your TV that you play on, and you're just playing it. So I don't believe the power thing even for a second, and I don't even believe it's important for consoles, because once they can both roughly do the same thing, it's all good. We can push gaming forward, and guess what? The next generation, once again, both consoles can roughly do the same thing. They're going to provide much better frame rates than you're used to right now, at much better resolutions than you're used to right now, with much better loading speeds than you're used to right now. Games will be in every way that you like to enjoy games, in all the things that are actually important to you and make this an enjoyable hobby, will be better on both consoles, no matter which one you buy. It's going to be a quantum leap forward for console gaming. And instead of sitting on the internet and bitching and moaning at each other about being fucking fanboys of this, that, and the other, you're actually all going to have a really fucking wonderful time when the game launches, or when the consoles launch. And if you can focus on that and not like diminish your own experience by a weird desperate need for it to somehow be better than other people's, you'll be in a really good place to actually enjoy what's going to happen over the next couple of years. Because when these consoles come out, there's going to be almost zero advantage taken of the things that they can actually do. Because the real joy of console gaming is the tiny systems that both Sony and Microsoft will have in place that will give devs some kind of advantage or some kind of wiggle room in the way that they actually design stuff, in the way that they actually put games together, in the things that they can do without the shocking limitations of the current generation of hardware, which is now like pretty old. So yeah, there's your buyer's guide, right? Wait to find out the price. Ask your buds what they're doing. Think about all the games you already own, and then make the inevitable decision to just stay on brand as you have been probably since the start of your gaming time. Not that many people have like up sticks and moved from PlayStation to Xbox or vice versa, and PC gamers tend to buy consoles as addendums to their gaming life. They don't often go back from PC. We're tribal boys. We only move forward, not backwards. That's normally the way we see it. And that's the way it's going to be this time too. So ignore all the shit on the internet of people taking weird pot shots at each other about what they buy. If you're like me, you're just going to buy anything anyway. I will get a PS5. I will get an Xbox Series X. I will get a Switch Pro when that comes out. Do you want to know why I'm going to do all this? Not because I'm some kind of weird gaming evangelist. It's just my job. That's just work. The more consoles I have, the more things I can play on, the more coverage I can do, the better I am at my job. And it's that simple. For everybody else, just buy whatever you want to buy. Ignore the dorks who are going to be like, I made a far better decision than you did because I fell for X company's marketing and you fell for Y company's marketing. Instead, just have a chat with your buds, see what everybody's doing. Keep your clans together, keep your gaming groups together. I think the last couple of weeks all around the world are highlighting the importance of the people that we actually play games with, right? I'm betting a lot of people out there maybe aren't seeing their families and their work distractions and their real life friends as much, and you're all spending a lot more time with your gaming buddies in Discord and Skype, hiding your worries about what's happening in the world today with this whole fucking coronavirus. It's highlighting the importance of thinking about keeping all that together when you move into the next generation. If you have good friends that you game with right now, they're legitimately the most important aspect of the move into the next generation, is being able to play with those same people, these good friends, these people that have proven themselves time and time again that they will listen to your shit while you're raiding in fucking Destiny 2, or while you're playing Warframe, or while you're getting your fucking booty stomped in Call of Duty Warzone. I'm real bad at that. I love that game, but I am trash at it, by the way. You know, whatever it might be, whatever you guys play, whatever you like to do, if it's Minecraft or fucking Terraria or Risk of Rain 2 or whatever, that, in my opinion, should be the most important consideration that goes into it after price or before price. Price is really dependent on you, though. Some people, price will be far more important than others. I understand that. I get it. We don't all have the same budgets and the same amount of money to spend on things. But I'm going to be back doing some talky videos a couple of times a week, because, I don't know, it just feels like a good time. A good time to do it. I want to do actually one later on in the week, just talking about ways to get through the day. I'm kind of the king of self-isolation, and some people out there might be struggling with it. So just how to keep yourself sane in this new situation that many people might be in. So that's it for this video, guys. It was a long one, but I just wanted to ramble, mainly because I'm ill today. I have a cold. Don't worry, I don't have the old coronavirus. I just have some kind of a cold, so I'm sitting pretty today. I'm not doing much work, and I thought it would be fun to just record a video. So thanks very much for watching, guys. Hope you're all having a great day. Remember to maintain your social distancing, and all the best.